I'm constantly asked, what should I be selling on eBay? What's the best thing? What's going to get me the best results? So today we're going to do some comparisons and show you a major reason why certain things are better to sell than others. Hey, it's Don. Today we're going to be talking about what should you be selling. What's the best thing to sell on eBay? Now, there's no real specific answer to that question itself, the item specifics itself. But there are some big considering factors that you're going to run into very quickly depending on what you sell. And the biggest factor that I could say is space. If you're in an apartment, a one-bedroom apartment or something, you only have so much space. If you sell bigger items or even clothing, for an example, you're going to be taking up a lot of space. And I pretty much figure that into every single thing I do, whether it's a big bulk purchase or anything. I've got to figure out how much storage space it's going to take. Is it something that's going to sit here forever and ever and ever? Let's look at some comparisons. Let's give you some physical ideas on space for just a minute here. Now, for those of you who are selling clothing, you know how much space a bunch of clothing takes up, especially coats or something like that. Now, this is 50 records. This is 50 individual listings right here in my hand. Really easy to list, really easy to ship. 45 records. Now, could you imagine what 1,000 of those would be? It's not a whole bunch. In one big tote, you could have 1,000+ records in the space that it would take to hold maybe 30 pieces of clothing like t-shirts or 4 or 5 coats. Now, I know if you're storing these in your own place, your own house, your garage, or whatever the case may be, you don't have an expense into the storage itself. Yeah, that's very true there. But if you're storing a lot of big items, you're limiting the amount of items you can store in that same space, which will hinder the growth of your business. So we've centered in on smaller items that are easy to photo, easy to list, and easy to ship. This is 50 CDV images right here in this little bag. 50 individual listings, again, right here in this little bag. Takes up no space whatsoever. 1,000 of these takes up one little small size tote. So if you're limited on space, you better not be buying giant lamps, big electronic equipment, tons of clothing, because you're going to run out of space. And these are obviously easy to list, ship, and the whole works. There's 50 pieces of costume jewelry in this bag. There's roughly $1,200 or better in this bag, this little bag right here, as you can see. So space is always a key factor for us. I can fit so much more stuff in if I center in on smaller items, easier items. Comic books, same thing. Here's 25 or 30 comic books. You could imagine what a couple hundred comic books would take up. It doesn't take up that much space. So you've got 25 individual listings in this little stack of comic books right here. So again, it comes down to space. There's 75 individual listings worth in this bag of toys. Vintage marks, little action figures and things like that. And this is a ton of money in here as well. It's a ton of individual listings in this small, tiny space. Again, easy to list, easy to ship, easy to store, easy to get as well. Here's roughly 100 postcards right here. 100 vintage postcards, 100 listings worth. If you were selling clothing, how much space would 100 listings take you? 1,000 postcards takes up a small space. That's 1,000 listings. And the potential is here for making some big bucks. We've sold postcards for $500, $1,000 in the past. So the price, the value is there. 50 slides, 50 individual 35 millimeter slides are in here. That's 50 individual listings in this bag. Value, again, is here. Everything I'm showing you has high value if you get the right ones. Just like clothing, just like big items, just like china and fragile items that can be broken. All of these sorts are small. They can't be broken very easily. They're easy to ship, easy to sell, as I said. There's 100 listings in this one little bag. All buttons in here. Small things. Other items like stamps, like this stamp book here, there's 1,000+ stamps in this one little book right here. 1,000 individual listings. You might also be thinking, what about the value? Is there money to be made? I make a lot of money on clothing. I make a lot of money on big items and things like that. Yeah, you can make a lot of money on pretty much anything. All the items I'm showing here have high dollar potential. We've sold items in all of those different areas for more than $100 on a constant, steady basis. I've sold records for $1,000. We've sold toys for $500, $1,000. Same with postcards, same with comic books, same with buttons. Same with slides, same with stamps, same with photos, same with toys. Whatever I am selling, they range up into the same price ranges as any other item that you are selling. So are you selling the wrong items? Are you selling something that takes up a lot of space? Are you selling something that's going to take forever to sell and it's going to be locking up that space for you for a very long length of time? Is it something that can be damaged either during storage or during shipment? Is it something that has a high potential for being returned, like clothing? Clothing returns are some of the highest in the industry across the board for resellers. The items I'm showing you here, I almost never have a return. For an entire year, I may only have 2, 3, maybe 4 returns in any one of those specific areas. So there's so many reasons to be very selective on what you're selling. Obviously, it comes down to what you can get, but all of these items I've sourced all over the country. I've been from the East Coast to the West Coast. I've worked in Texas. I've worked in Denver. I've worked in Whittier, California. I've been to Boston and worked there. Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, Ohio, Michigan. Everywhere I have been able to find all of these items. They have been a staple for my business. There's tons of different options. There's no right, there's no wrong way. There's what fits for you. The items I just showed are just a small sampling of what we sell, but they're all easy to ship. They're all easy to store. No return rates or anything like that. They're very low problem items. I've talked about this before. Make yourself a pros and cons list on whatever you're going to sell. Write down the pros of it, what's best for that item. They make you some money. They're easy to store. Whatever the pros are. And then write down the cons. Cons for clothing is return rate is so high on those. Many resellers complain about people renting the clothing. They'll wear it for a few days, a couple weeks, and then return it within so much length of time. That does happen with some categories. You're going to have to deal with certain things. If you don't want a headache, go to categories where that's not a problem. Now, a lot of the items I'm showing you will obviously take you some time to figure out. But clothing takes time to figure out also. You've got to look up whatever you're buying. You've got to know that it's going to get you some money. You've got to look up all those items. You've got to know that they're going to get you some money before you buy them anyway. It's the same principle with whatever you sell. Whether it's the items I'm showing or not, you've got to know that there's some value. There's tons of brands of clothing. Many don't sell. Many just are flooded. So even if you do know clothing in some cases, the categories are flooded. So you've got to be very careful, even buying higher dollar items, because your competition can be horrendous. With the items I've showed you, the majority of people are never going to find the same items as you. The same postcard, the same button, the same stamp, the same toy, the specific rare record, a comic book in certain conditions, or anything else like that. All of these areas, the competition is very slim. The same items also don't show up all over the country. Many of these items may be regionally tied, like poster stamps or something that was released in Ohio, or records that were released in Ohio, or postcards from Ohio, or buttons tied to military units from Ohio. You're not going to find those specifically in Georgia or California. Same with images on slides from Ohio. You're not going to find those specifically across in certain states. It's just not something you're going to find. So you've got to weigh all of those factors. And for me, the items I sell, there's no competition, even if someone's sourcing basically the same thing. So if I'm sourcing Ohio postcards, my only competition are really people in Ohio, for the most part, for mass quantities. So my competition is limited. And in Ohio, there's a limited amount of people who mess with certain items like postcards or records or stamps or buttons or toys or coins or photos or slides or any of this type of material. I talk about many different things. I talk about many different niches. There's so many available items to sell. And most, again, of what I sell are small. They take up little space, little risk, little anything involved with it. So what should you be selling? What's in your area first? Look around in your area. What do you have the ability to get? As your knowledge expands, as your experience expands, you'll be able to branch out and go into other areas. So you may have to start in one specific category like clothing. We started in clothing at one point. We did books and scanning and all of that sort. But we've since branched out. So you don't have to stick with the same thing for the entire length of your business. Trends change, things change, prices change. What was good to sell once may not be good to sell next year or 5 years from now. Don't lock yourself into any specific item. Make sure you are learning new stuff as you go. One last thing to consider too with what you're selling is how many platforms can you sell them on? Can you cross-list them? Like items that would be tied to a specific site. If it's a small site, it's only a niche site, you're limited to how many people are going to see that. That's one of the other factors. Pretty much everything I sell, I can sell across the board. Etsy, eBay, Amazon as well, everything I'm showing you here. These are all factors again, but you need to decide what's best for you. This should hopefully give you some things to think about. Space is always, though, a consideration. Everybody runs into space issues. If you're going to be a reseller, space is going to be one of your biggest problems for most of you out there, especially if you're selling big items. Clothing is one of the biggest space eaters there are out there, as are books and things like that. So be careful, be safe with what you get as well. Hopefully that gave you some ideas on this. Hopefully that gave you some thought. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
Zero-gravity cliffhangers. You race them through the giant loop, the death-defying spiral, up the wall to zero gravity, and take the lead to win. Zero-gravity cliffhangers with Night Glow from Tyco.